guarantee it. When she took me up and turned me right into a paraplegic. Pair of shoes that got the MB on them, make you stare and see him. We ain't paying for him, now you ought to know I'm wearing free ones. When you go see me, I gotta know, is there a reason it was so abrupt? I kinda had to think that there would be one. Be one. Conversations out of state, they asking where are we from, I don't care about you, I got me a chick that's Caribbean. It's a push start, I ain't gotta put the key in. Whip it real nice like a good human being. 24 East, I'm in Chattanooga 10. Yeah, the barbecue Korean and my shorty muy bien. Ay, we just went from dive bars to the Coliseum. Man, he's a try-hard, wouldn't wanna be him. PG on the gym, go ahead, copyright it to him. Go ahead, copyright it. Nah, I wouldn't wanna say too much. We ain't take her from you, now she came to us. Ain't no steak dinner, but we made through brunch. 2-4 on the beat, you know he came through clutch. No, he came through clutch. I know that we got it, I might even guarantee it. When she took me up and turned me right into a paraplegic. Pair of shoes that got the MB on them, make you stare and see him. We ain't paying for him, now you ought to know I'm wearing free ones. When you go see me, I gotta know, is there a reason it was so abrupt? I kinda had to think that there would be one. Conversations out of state. La 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 bamba, shaded. Yeah, what you gon' do for the bag? Yeah, spin it like in my last. Yeah, spin it, make it all bad. La 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 bamba, shout it back. Yeah, all the cash up for grabs. Yeah, there's no cap. She like that, I keep coming back. La 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 bamba. Yeah, she just want hard Celine. She like the bar Kareem. I'm tryna get all between. Yeah, she pop it all on me. Take on a shopping spree. Let her get a property. Hey, come to my palace. I know you tired them dudes be capping. She like my fashion. I put on strings like Richie Valens. You the baddest. I'ma told them red, no salad. Send the address. I pull up that fantastic. I can't leave you alone. You the only girl who get to stay until the moon. No cap. Dime que me amas, better tell me on the phone. She say you can't have my corazón. La la bamba, shaded. Yeah, what you gon' do for the bag? Yeah, spin it like in my last. Yeah, spin it, make it all bad. La 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 bamba, shout it back. Yeah, all the cash up for grabs. Yeah, there's no cap. She like that, I keep coming back. La 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 bamba. Shout it, you the bomb. We go shopping in Milan. Backseat of that foreign, bad in LA like LeBron. I got a smudge in her little bomb. She say yo te amo, she just want that Louis Vuitton. Came for me, you in a fair lane. Keep you know you need to grab a napkin. Play my Spanish, she love to cook me plantains. Go hit my Cali crib and give you all the back pain. Yeah. Might make you my baby mama. I like how you shake it like some maracas. Might let you keep the commas. Para bailar la bamba. All that she get it all from her mama. La 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 bamba. Shaded. Yeah, what you gon' do for the bag? Yeah, spin it like in my last. Yeah, spin it, make it all bad. La 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 bamba, shout it back. Yeah, all the cash up for grabs. Yeah, there's no cap. She like that, I keep coming back. La 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 bamba. La 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 bamba. La 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 bamba.
Check me out now. Tony. Yeah, walked out of Louis looking like a virgin discount. If it ain't 100, this a miscount. 7 days a week, I 6 ounce. If a chick with me, she like big house. If a chick with me, she like foreign cars. If a chick with me, she like go yard. If a chick with me, she like protein. Make a sick rich, the clothes off. Pull her to the flame with my doze off. Try to count a million and I dozed off. And I got my fingers in the air. Yeah, hanging with Paul Bear. Yeah, turn you to lawn care. Rex in my Montclair. Yeah, this just a small shell. Hold up, make sure it's all there. I go to sleep in designer. Psych, I go to sleep in yikes, tell any honor a lie, right? Soon as I left, I got right. This is precision and detail. See, life is a beach, seashell. I sold the bags for retail. I'm from the block, no email. Walked out of Louis looking like a virgin discount. If it ain't 100, this a miscount. 7 days a week, I 6 ounce. If a chick with me, she like big house. If a chick with me, she like foreign cars. If a chick with me, she like go yard. If a chick with me, she like protein. Make a sick rich, the clothes off.
I'm cool, yo. I'm starting to think no one told y'all. Designing my clothes, dog. How much you think my coat costs? I'm spitting like Mozart. This till I gotta flip Noah's Ark. New Lamborghini, the doze off. Fell asleep in the doze off. Get it? My diamonds and stones water. I TD like Coach Carter. Ain't talking about no soda. Girl with me want some products. I pull her on turning hands. I close the curtain while she turn her nose. This off white. I be rocking Virgil clothes.
Walked out of Louis looking like a virgin discount. If it ain't 100, this a miscount. 7 days a week, I 6 ounce. If a chick with me, she like big house. If a chick with me, she like foreign cars. If a chick with me, she like go yard. If a chick with me, she like protein. Make a sick rich, the clothes off.
All right, welcome to some afternoon ML Bop Ball. I'm Jaden Becker alongside EB from Toronto. We're going to get a great matchup here. San Diego Padres taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. EB, how are you doing today?
Doing well, Jaden. Glad to be in the booth with you again. I'm looking forward to some Bop Ball. A couple of teams that aren't playing well overall, but the Padres are got a bit of a streak. They've won 5 in a row, and they're looking to sweep this series today.
5 in a row indeed, and the Padres have just been on fire lately. Maybe not exactly where they want to be in the standings, but definitely making a push in some way, shape, or form. But here we are in PNC Park, getting ready for a great matchup between the San Diego Padres and Pittsburgh Pirates. The wind blowing here a little bit. Overcast skies. Throwback uniforms today. You see those great pillbox caps. Can't get over those sometimes, but either way, we're going to have a great pitching performance between two guys that are really looking to make an impact in the second half of the season. Joe Musgrove. Joe Musgrove, a 4.60 ERA this season and a 4-6 record.
It's hoping to lower the ERA, but you see not a bad year for him. This will be his 20th start. He's got 10 decisions. He wants to get closer to that 500 mark, and he's obviously now with the Pirates, but he was originally drafted by the Blue Jays.
Fernando Tatis leading things off here for the San Diego Padres, also in their throwback uniforms, grays and orange, as he swings at that one for strike one. Also, for everyone watching, happy opening day! Here we are. We've made it. We made it through the bulk of this COVID-19 pandemic, and here we are. We're going to get some real-life baseball and games that actually count on our screens today, and I couldn't be more excited. That one's hit towards the shortstop. Tucker, he'll dive for that one. Makes the stop, but Tatis too quick. Makes it there over to first base for the base hit.
Yeah, Tatis is one of the stars here of this Padres team. Nice rookie year last year. Got injured at the end, so we didn't see the full potential, but I'm sure the Padres are hoping that he stays healthy this year and has a great second year in the majors.
Yeah, this season has been shaky for him so far. 246 batting average. Maybe not exactly what you want in your sophomore year after coming off a great rookie season, batting over 300. And was considered a top 3 MLB prospect and a top MLB shortstop. Now, maybe has fallen off a little bit. Definitely looking to get back into this groove. Second half of the season now, people have adjusted to you. Now you need to adjust to them. Tony Pham coming up to bat, also struggling a bit. 249 batting average this season. Spent some time with the Cardinals and the Rays. Right now, currently third in the National League in triples this season.
Yeah, I was going to mention that he has 5 triples. Mm-hmm. Not something you might expect from Tommy Pham, but there we go. Third place in the National League and top on this team.
And I'm not sure if it is the Padres Stadium that helps him out there, or maybe the considerable amount of times that he gets to go see the Giants, as that one's hit over towards Reynolds in center field. He'll sit underneath that one and make the catch for the first out of the first inning.
Yeah, I don't know why he has so many triples, but good for him, I guess. You know, if you can speed around those base paths, you can score.
That is for sure. As Eric Hosmer comes up to bat for the San Diego Padres, leading the team in batting average, 296 this season. Last game struggled a bit, 0 for 3 with a walk, and also grounded into a double play. Swings at that one hard, and that one's going to get lifted over to right field. Might have a chance to get out, and at the wall, it's caught by Polanco.
Yeah, I thought that's going to be a home run, but not quite. Polanco just got to it right at the wall.
The wind might have affected that one there. It looked like it got pushed in a bit. Polanco reaching for that one, able to make the grab on that wall there. Manny Machado coming to bat for the San Diego Padres. I believe we've done a couple games together. EB, you're one of the guys I've done most of these games with him. We talked about Manny Machado a decent amount and how much his impact has been around the league and when it comes to contracts. And now with San Diego Padres signed that big deal, but that deal kind of looks minuscule now if you think about it compared to the way players have been paid now. Even look at Mookie Betts, I believe yesterday, signing that huge deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah, it's amazing. We've talked about Manny so much and we haven't done a Padres game together until today. But yeah, Manny's an interesting guy. I see that he's 247 now. I've seen some Padres games in Ball where he was below the Mendoza line. We started calling it the Manny-Doza line. But it looks like he's picking it up. Big contract, definitely not living up to it just yet. For me, I don't know that I would pay him so much money, but I'm not the Padres, so they decided to give out that contract, and they do hope that he does a little bit better than 247. He did hit a home run yesterday, which was the only run of the game.
That is true. Last game, 1-0. That game was hit a home run back in the 8th inning of that one, giving them the lead. Ended up giving them the victory as well in a very low-scoring affair. Runner on first base here. 3-1 count. That one's high and called a strike right across the belt there. Not swung at by Manny Machado. See what he does here on a full count with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Swings at that one, and it's also hit hard. It's going to find his way to Granite in the outfield, and it's going to be caught. That's going to be 3 outs in the top of the first inning. We'll see you in the bottom half as the Pittsburgh Pirates gets their first at-bats in this one. Welcome you back to ML Bop Ball. Garrett Richards getting the start for the San Diego Padres in this one. ERA 3.24, very good ERA for him this season. He's also looking to improve on his record, 6-6.
It's a very nice year for the Padres. Long time with the Angels. He's always had the stuff, struggled to stay healthy. This year so far, he's been healthy, pitching well.
The second baseman, Adam Frazier.
My eye is caught right now on those yellow batting helmets from the Pittsburgh Pirates, as that one's fouled off by Adam Frazier. Very unique uniforms today. Today is Throwback Thursday, as you can see on the crawl on the top of your screen there. Also, it says donate to Meals on Wheels. Great program that we are supporting this week. Yes, Throwback Thursday is a great week, and even the Blue Jays has some great throwback uniforms. The Mets, not really. Those are both of our teams, but these two teams in particular have some phenomenal throwback uniforms, especially the Pirates with those pillbox caps that they're wearing today. That one's also going to be fouled back 1 and 2. And it still boggles my mind. You look back on those old baseball cards, you see they used to wear those hats. They just don't look right. It just doesn't look right. But definitely made it work in some way, shape, or form. That's going to be a single hit out towards left field. Frazier going to be on in the first at-bat of this game.
Nice at-bat for him there, going the other way in that yellow helmet. Yeah, I love the helmet, and I love those caps that remind me of bumblebees with the black and the yellow. It's cool. Love that we can do that. They don't do that in real life too often, but here in Ball, we can do whatever we want.
We can do whatever we want here. We have complete control over these uniforms, and today's going to be a great day to see that. Zach Granite coming in for Pittsburgh Pirates, and he's actually a new acquisition for this team, traded to Pittsburgh for Robbie Erlin this season.
Yeah, Robbie Erlin going to the Yankees, and Granite looking for his first Pirates hit.
Won't find it there. That one's going to be fielded by Pham in the outfield. Pham made a good run on that ball. Might have dropped if he missed a step there, but makes the catch for the first out of the bottom of the first inning. Brian Reynolds coming up to bat. Reynolds, .273 batting average this season. He made his MLB debut last season. Played 3 years at Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt just keeps on producing some great talent for the major leagues. It's almost a highway straight towards a major league roster if you end up finding your way to Vanderbilt.
He leads this team in doubles and triples, 25 doubles, 3 triples. Came over in that Andrew McCutcheon trade from the Giants.
And last season he finished pretty high in NL Rookie of the Year voting. Wasn't going to get past Pete Alonso, but played 134 games last season. And as a rookie, to come in and play a considerable amount of games like that really shows a testament to what he's going to be able to do in the future with this ball club.
I think so. And the Pirates obviously not playing well this year, but I think Reynolds is a guy you build around for the future.
A couple guys you could say that about on this Pirates team is that one's outside 3-1. Guy you could definitely say that about is on deck. His name is Josh Bell, and he's been a superstar for this team. Someone to definitely keep your eye on. 3-1 pitch. That one is check swing, and it's going to be a called strike anyway, as that one was inside the zone. Now full count with a runner on first. Richards going for the strikeout pitch here.
Nope, that's ball 4.
That one is low and will be ball 4. Runners will be on first and second here after the walk.
The first baseman.
Now here comes the aforementioned Josh Bell. 78 RBIs this season, 3rd in the National League. Also has 27 home runs leading this team. He also leads the team in average and OPS, but he grounds over towards the shortstop. That's going to be a double play. Not what you wanted there if you're the Pittsburgh Pirates, but now we'll head to the top of the second inning with the 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up for the San Diego Padres right here on ML Bop Ball.
That was a very nice double play turned by the Padres there to end the inning.
The left fielder, number 10.
Able to get themselves out of a jam, and up to bat for San Diego Padres is number 5 hitter Jurickson Profar. And Profar really put himself on the map this season, made himself to the All-Star game this year. And he played considerably well in the first half, adding 279 this season. Also leads the team in OPS, home runs, tied for home runs with 15, and leads the team also in RBIs, making that 54. That one's going to be hit hard, foul towards the left field side. And a surprising piece, if you will. I don't think a lot of people expected Profar to be this good and get an All-Star vote and be in the All-Star game this season, but he found his way there to Los Angeles, and now looking to continue on a strong second half with a team that's pretty hot right now.
Yeah, you would not think of Profar as being the team's all-star or the team leader in RBI and on base percentage, but there we go. He's had a very nice year, switch hitter. Spent some time with Texas. He was considered a top prospect there, but injuries kind of set him back. Last year with Oakland, not so good, but this year, very nice year so far for Profar.
Very nice indeed. Last game did struggle a bit, 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Looking to improve here in this at-bat. 2-2 count. That one is swung on and fouled back towards the netting.
He can play all over the place. He's been a shortstop, second baseman. Here he's got a lot of reps in left field, as we see.
That one's also going to be fouled away. Yeah, I have him marked down as a second baseman primarily, and also can play that outfield role, can put him almost anywhere, as you say. And if he's able to find his spot, definitely be a firm piece. That one's going to cut underneath his bat. Great changeup there by Musgrove. His first strikeout of the game, sitting down Profar.
The second baseman.
Good pitch. Profar fooled out in front. And Musgrove had his first K of the day.
Brian Dozier for the San Diego Padres. Actually currently now a New York Met in real life. He just signed a deal to join them. Obviously rosters expanding due to the shortened season, and Mets are able to bring some players in, able to bring in Brian Dozier. As that one's going to be hit pretty hard. Granite going after it. Will he make it? No, it's over the wall and a home run. Brian Dozier hits one out.
12th home run of the season for Brian Dozier. 43rd RBI, 414 feet. And maybe the Mets signed him because in Bop Ball, he really killed the Mets in the games that we had here on ML Bop Ball. He had, I think, 2 or 3 home runs in one game against the Mets. So maybe they saw that. They said, we'll just put him on our side.
I thought that one was going to be caught at the warning track. Just kept going, and we saw that one leave the park. A home run for Brian Dozier. Unexpected for him to do that one. His 12th home run of the season. And now the San Diego Padres had the lead here in the top of the second, 1-0. As Cordero's now to bat. And the Mets can get some power like that from Dozier. Definitely would be nice. Did struggle last season with the Nationals. Ended up winning the World Series, so maybe struggling with an asterisk there. But now on a new team with the New York Mets, definitely could find his footing there as they do need some depth. 1-2 count to Cordero. He swings at that one foul.
Yeah, we thought the Hosmer ball would go out, and that was caught, and then this one looked like it would be caught and went out. So wind might be playing some tricks on us today.
So overcast skies and wind blowing in slightly. Coming in from the Allegheny. 2-2 count to Cordero. Swings at that one and misses, and that's strike 3. Second strikeout of the game, second strikeout of this inning.
The catcher, Paxton.
Pitch inside, just couldn't touch.
Musgrove bouncing back nicely after the home run, gets his second strikeout.
Austin Hedges now in the 8th spot. Also catching in this game. Didn't catch last game. That was given to Capusano. Hedges has been a career Padre. Poor hitter, but definitely an excellent fielder behind the plate. Proves why he's a poor hitter there. Strikes out. But Brian Dozier hitting the home run here, breaking this game open. Padres now lead 1-0 right here on ML Botball.
We have a trivia question in the chat from the big guy who's a Buccos fan. Now, I know, Jaden, you don't like trivia too much, but his question is, name the 2 Pirates players to hit 300-plus home runs while playing for the franchise. I'm going to guess Roberto Clemente, because that's one of the big all-time Pirates.
Clemente and Stargell.
Yeah.
I think those would be the 2. Anybody else that comes to mind?
No to Clemente, I'm surprised.
Really? So maybe Mazeroski might be my second guess. Gregory Polanco coming up to bat. 246 this season as Garrett Richards shoves in a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. One of the main reasons why Richards has been so good, he's able to get those pitches up there. Tied right now in ERA for the team at 324, excuse me. That was going to be fouled away, 2-1.
Stargell is correct. Maz is not. So we got some. We're halfway there. We'll see if anyone in the chat can help us.
3-1 count. Cabrian Hayes on deck, the rookie. One of my favorite players on this Pirates team. Love to see him get some real-life reps. Blanco gets the hitter's count. Swings at that one, fouls it back. Now it's full. Full count. Swings at that one, fouls away. And last time I called a Pirates game, if I remember correctly, foul balls were galore in full counts. Pirates kept on fighting and fighting and fighting. And he hits that one far. Has a chance to lead the park. Will it go? Yes, it will. 417 feet. His 12th home run of the season. And this ball game is tied.
That was quite the shot from Gregory Polanco. His nickname is El Coffee. Put a jolt in that one.
Put a jolt into that one indeed. Let's see where this ball landed. Into that Clemente deck over there in right field. And that ball was just launched, DB.
Wow.
106 miles per hour off the bat.
Back row seats, I think.
Back row, it might have gotten over. We might need a better replay there. Only 4 players in MLB history have hit it into the Allegheny in PNC Park. That would have been fun if we see him be the 5th.
What a beautiful ballpark this is. Of course, the Blue Jays were hoping to play their regular season games here this year, but that's not going to happen.
And that won't happen this year. The Toronto Blue Jays struggling to find a home right now, and I feel bad for you, EB. I know you want to see your team play, and you would love to see them play in Toronto. That's not going to happen, and it's not even going to happen in PNC as they're not going to allow them to play there. So now they're going to need to find a new home for this 60-game season as Brian Hayes is up to bat and will strike out here.
Yeah, they're working on it. They thought this ballpark would be the solution, but the Pennsylvania Department of Health won't allow it. So we'll see where the Blue Jays play. Right now they're homeless. I know the MLB.com website says their games are going to be held in North America somewhere.
Definitely in North America, some way, shape, or form, they'll find a way to play ball and try to find a ballpark in the East, probably an AL East team or an NL East team. But we have to find what team will be able to invite them into their home, as that one is fouled back on a bunt, surprisingly, by Cole Tucker, a guy that doesn't get a lot of playing time for this team, not a lot of innings, and for reasons like that, strikes out pretty often for this team as his bat is underneath the high fastball there for the second strikeout of the game.
They do like him, and he's a switch hitter, and he can play shortstop. Hasn't done much with the bat so far, but I think he's going to get an opportunity here with this rebuild to see what he can do.
Yeah, Tucker definitely could find a spot in this team in some way, shape, or form. Just needs to hone down his craft when it comes to hitting. John Ryan Murphy up to bat, 273 hitter. Hasn't played plenty of innings either this season, as Stallings was shipped over to the Yankees and a couple of other trade movements. Now finds him in a starting role.
Of course, he's a former Yankee. Got his career started there. Then was traded to the Twins for Aaron Hicks.
That ball is going to be grounded to Dozier and fielded easily, thrown over to Hosmer for the third out. But we saw a monster shot of a home run by Gregory Polanco as that one sailed almost all the way over into the Allegheny. This one is tied 1-up going into the top of the third.
So Ralph Kiner was the second
Ralph
answer to our trivia question. I didn't remember he played for the Pirates.
I should have known that. I had him in MLB The Show, Diamond Dynasty, I believe, in 18, I think. And he was a monster with that. Oh, should have known that. It's okay. We'll move on from there. Garrett Richards now. Pitcher-on-pitcher action here. That one's going to be hit hard, but not going to go anywhere either, as Granite's going to sit underneath that one for the first out.
Now batting.
Garrett Richards actually has double this year, 3 RBI for the Padres, and a stolen base. I wonder when he did that.
Stolen base from a pitcher, very rare to see. Don't really want to send your pitcher in motion in any way, shape, or form unless they have to run. But speaking of speed, Fernando Tatis Jr. up to bat, 1-for-1 in this one after a single back in the first inning, in the first at-bat of this game.
Yeah, we saw his speed. It was an infield single.
That one's going to be hit over towards Polanco. He's going to be on the run, but makes the catch for the second out.
The center fielder, Tommy Pham.
2 quick outs here from Musgrove. After his team tied the game, he's trying to send them back to the batting rack.
Tommy Pham up to bat. Best fielding percentage of all left fielders in the major leagues last season. So definitely could make it work with his glove in the outfield. Question is, can he do it with the bat? 246 this season. Coming into this game.
Yep, that ball went out.
Of course, you mentioned him playing in Tampa Bay last year. He was traded over to the Padres the offseason, and he was a little bit vocal about the Rays fans not coming out to the ballpark too often.
Well, now he's not going to need to worry about fans coming to the ballpark, and I hope he hopes that no fans want to come at this point.
Yeah.
because of everything. Maybe he got good practice in Tampa Bay playing without many fans in the stadium, so he has the advantage this year.
He's going to give the fans a pass this year, I think.
Okay. 3-1 count to Tommy Pham. He's been in the league a considerable amount as well, surprisingly. Still look at him as a young guy, but getting his veteran stripes. That one inside, not called a strike. Musgrove thought he got it there. Just cut inside, but umpire didn't give him the call.
Yeah, he was checking with the umpire to see where that one was. Looked like a pretty good pitch. Didn't get the call.
Looked like a good pitch indeed. Eric Hosmer up to bat. 0 for 1 in this one. Flied out to right field in his previous at-bat. Going with the slide step as the runner goes, and he'll be called out at second base. Great throw by Murphy, and they're out of this inning.
What a nice throw by Murphy. Right on the money. Caught stealing. Ends the inning, so good job there by Musgrove. Now he's going to try to help his cause by getting on base. He, too, this year has a double and a triple and 4 RBI for the Pirates.
Talk about pitchers hitting sometimes when we call these games. And, you know, we're going to get to see the universal DH this year, 60-game season. And I think one word to best describe this year could be experiment. Let's experiment with the MLB season. What can we do with it? And they're even going to implement a couple things in extra innings. And, you know, I think this is the perfect year to do it. Why not experiment as much as you can in a 60-game season when it's not really going to affect a lot of things as it would in a 162-game season? That one's going to be hit to Profar. Gathers himself as the ball drops in front of him. But Musgrove has a hit.
There we go. See, just talking about his hitting a little bit. He won't have any hits in real life this year because of the universal DH. And you're right, I think it's a very good time to experiment with these things. Obviously, DH helps a lot of guys maybe continue their career. They might not get an opportunity otherwise when they're older. If you think about Nelson Cruz, for example.
Yeah.
He's a DH at this point. He's 40 years old. He's still going strong. If there was no DH, he probably would be out of a job now.
100%. I completely agree with that. I would not want Nelson Cruz fielding any position when it comes to baseball, but I would sure love to see him hold the bat, and that's what he does in the American League with the DH, using it to his advantage. We heard some conversations as well as Adam Frazier comes up to bat about how the DH overpays people like the Albert Pujolses of the world, and now you're stuck with these massive contracts on your roster. And I understand that, but at the same time, these careers are being elongated, and now they're able to play for a longer amount of time on these players that you want to see play. And I also hear the issue where it's taking up roster spots down below and the minor leagues and all stuff like that. But at the same time now, we even could see people get drafted as DH hitters, not as fielders. But hey, what position did you get drafted at? I got drafted at DH. That would be something pretty miraculous to see, as it's a 3-0 count to Frazier. Richard struggling here. That one inside, and now runners will be on first and second with Granite coming up to hit.
Granite still looking for his first Pirates hit. I agree with you. I do like the difference between the two leagues. I think it's kind of cool for the 10 games a year that the American League goes into the National League and the pitchers have to bat. But I do think that having the DH obviously creates more jobs. You said it might change the way people get drafted. And there are a lot of people players whose best position is in the batter's box. So.
That is for sure. And I think we're going to get to see that a lot this season in the 60-game set. Granite bunting now here. Second time bunting. That one's going to be fielded by Machado. Makes the play over at second base. He'll be called out there on the force, but a runner will be on third. Now after the bunt, Machado having to leave his position.
Yeah, very nice play. I don't know why he's trying to bunt. I guess he's trying to get a runner, both runners in the scoring position, but he did have a pitcher running there, so I don't know. I'm not sure I'm too big on that bunt there.
Musgrove now on third base. Granite on first. I don't believe that is his first hit as a Pirate yet. That was a fielder's choice. Machado could have gone to first base there, but either way, ground ball would also get him out this inning as Brian Reynolds is up to bat. Reynolds walked in his previous at bat, and now up 2-0 in this count. Tie game here. We had a home run from both teams, both in the second inning. Home run from Dozier, and then a home run from Polanco, tying this game up. 2-0 pitch, and that one is high, 3-0. Being told to calm down there by his catcher, Hedges. And if a walk comes here, it'll be bases loaded with Josh Bell coming up.
You gotta be careful if you're Garrett Richards. Gotta throw strikes.
That won't be in the strike zone for a strike. Now 3-1. 44 pitches so far here in the bottom of the third inning. Only one out so far. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Swung on, and that's going to be grounded over to Dozier. He's just going to take the easy play over at first base. The runner will come in to score. And now it's a 2-1 ball game, Pittsburgh.
So they get the pitcher home.
Pitcher comes home and he scores, and that is all because of the bat of Musgrove. He was able to get on base, started the rally. Now here comes Josh Bell with a runner on second. That one is low in the dirt. Even though 83 speed does sit on second base, does not decide to move. See on our screen there with that great graphic. 78 RBIs, talked about that his previous at-bat. Leading the team, of course. Swings at that one and misses, 1-1. Strikeouts have been an issue for him. Power is there, but power also comes with the capability of striking out pretty often when you're going for those big swings. Struck out once last game in 0-for-4 effort. That one's low, 2-1.
Richards, I think, being a little careful, but you do have a guy on deck who's already taking you deep, so you probably want to get Josh Bell out if you can.
Getting Josh Bell out here definitely would be a huge help. Do not want him making contact. It's that one's on the outside part of the plate. 3-1. Might be pitching around him here to get to Polanco, but then again, Polanco did take in yard in the second inning. The 3-1 pitch, hitters count inside, and he will be walked.
They'll bring out the pitching coach, Larry Rothschild, formerly of the Yankees, now the pitching coach here in San Diego.
That's where I recognize that name, Larry Rothschild, because I was making my notes. I was like, oh, I know Larry Rothschild. I hear that name all the time. And being from New York, obviously you'll hear it more often than not, him being with the Yankees at one point. Gregory Polanco, now up solo home run. Baby.
Yeah, I'm saying long time for Rothschild in New York, but getting a new beginning with the Padres. And here's Polanco, as we mentioned, had a home run last time.
Yeah, he does get to coach a pretty decent rotation. You know, Chris Paddock, a young guy. Garrett Richards, of course, he's been around the league for a little bit. But at the same time, you have that full aspect. You get the young guy in Paddock, you get the older guy in Richards, you get the elite arm in Kirby Yates out the bullpen. That one's going to be hit over to Hosmer. He'll do it himself for the third out. Great play there by Hosmer as we'll head to the top of the fourth inning with Hosmer, Machado, and Profar coming up right here on ML Ball. We welcome you back. Eric Hosmer, after making the play at first, come up to hit here. Flew out to right field in his previous at-bat. Now looking to do some damage. Having to get back into this game. Tied up. Now it's no longer. That one's going to be hit hard but foul.
Thought he might have had a home run his first time up, but Polanco made the play.
Yeah, that play definitely went pretty far, and it sure did look like it had the distance, just fell short right at the warning track there. 0-2 count. That one's low. Spit on that one. 1-2.
Hosmer, another big free agent signing of the Padres.
Yeah, he signed a lengthy deal back in 2018, but his bat has been there, I feel, but the fielding has been an issue for him. Led the major league first baseman in errors with 14 last season. So really needs to work on corralling those balls in there. 2-2, inside, 3-2 now, full count.
I'm surprised that he had so many errors. I remember him as a good fielding first baseman in Kansas City.
Yeah, 4-time Gold Glover. So funny enough, he's actually fallen off with the glove at first base. Hits that one hard and over the head of the shortstop. That's going to fall to Granite over there in left field. Easy single for Hosmer as he makes his way to first base to start the inning.
Next for the Padres.
I never remember him doing that very well, going the other way with base hits.
And when the ball's like that, hanging over the middle of the plate, sometimes you just got to poke it. And poked it over the shortstop head there. Manny Machado up to bat. 0 for 1 in this one. Hit one hard, but flied out from left field in his previous at bat. 96 on the gun for Musgrove there with the four-seamer. Musgrove, not a strikeout type of guy. Only 78 strikeouts this season. Second lowest on the team so far, rotation-wise. But definitely will get his outs as that one is hit over towards Polanco in right field. Now the first two batters have made it on with base hits.
The left fielder, number 10.
Yes, that's what happens when you're not a strikeout guy. You're going to give up a lot of contact. Sometimes they'll find holes like Manny Machado did there.
Peterson Profar now to bat. Speaking of strikeouts, the first strikeout of Musgrove this game came in the second inning as Profar did strike out, as we were talking great things about him, how he was able to make the All-Star game unexpectedly. But now can redeem himself with no outs here and the runners on first and second. That one's low and inside 2-0. Take a look at the crowd here. Spotty seats. Fans are here in the stadium. We also thank you for joining us here on ML Bot Ball on Twitch. That one's going to be flyed out to the center fielder Reynolds and caught for the first out at the top of the fourth inning.
Now batting.
So far now 0 for 2 on the day after we were saying all those nice things about him. Well, an opportunity, obviously, again. Here's Dozier. He's the offense so far for the Padres today with that solo home run.
Yeah, offense for sure, and definitely launched one unexpectedly as well. That one just snuck over the fences. That one's hit hard but foul. And he's going to be able to see some action. We talked about him coming to the Mets and being that depth piece now. Jed Lowry, of course, going down with injury. Nothing new in the world of baseball there. But he's going to come in, might be able to get some swings now as the season actually begins in real life. And I can't believe I'm saying that still. And I couldn't be more excited at this point. That one's high 1-2.
Yeah, not surprising that Lowry's on the injured list again. Although I thought he was getting better, so...
That's what we all thought.
Yeah.
That's what we all thought. Swings at that one. Hits it hard and far, but nope. That one's also going to hook foul towards that left field line. Into the fans over there.
But Dozier's a good pickup. He has some pop, as we saw. He can give you some solid defense at second base.
Also has a strong veteran presence and uses veteran knowledge there to lay off that one. 2-2. Being there in a bench role, sometimes that's the best thing for you. Have a lot of players come up to you, especially in a young team like the New York Mets. Just pick at your brain and what you've been through in this league. Also as World Series champion, is that one is high now, 3-2.
Yeah, that will definitely help his postseason experience from last year. I think most of it was on the bench, but he has the ring.
Swings at that one, foul. Also a Gold Glover back in 2017, an All-Star back in 2015. Known for his time with the Twins. Dodgers, Nationals, been around the league, seen a lot of people, talked to a lot of coaches. That one's going to be hit. Popped up, infield fly. Well, is he still going to catch that one? For the second out, take a look at our top pitch speed comparison. Garrett Richards, 98 miles per hour. Musgrove at 96. So Richards using his speed to his advantage, even though Pirates are up by 1 run here in the top of the 4th inning.
A lot of heat from both of these guys. Talk about Musgrove. He was drafted by the Blue Jays, and then the Blue Jays and Astros made a huge trade just around 8 years ago in 2012. Blue Jays got J-Happ, and then they sent a bunch of prospects to Houston, including Joe Musgrove. He's really the only guy who's had some sort of a major league career. Obviously, came to the Pirates for Garrett Cole, so Astros were very happy to have Garrett Cole for a few years, but Musgrove is an important piece here in Pittsburgh.
Important piece indeed, and we talked about him. He doesn't have the strikeout stuff, but for a lot of pitchers nowadays, that's not really their game. Obviously, strikeouts have been a big part of the MLB as of recently, as Cordero swings at that 1-2, but sometimes pitch to contact works just as well. 1-2 count, hits one over to Frazier, flip it over to Bell for the 3rd out. No harm done there. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning as Hayes, Tucker, and Murphy comes to bat for the Pittsburgh Pirates right here, ML Bopper. We welcome you back to PNC Park. You see the flags blowing in the background. Overcast skies. Heidi Watney joining us, giving us support. We also like to congratulate her on her gender reveal of her son that's coming soon. So once again, congratulations to Heidi Watney. She'd also like to tell you to donate to Meals on Wheels, supports more than 5,000 community-based programs across the country that are dedicated to addressing senior isolation and hunger. This network serves virtually every community in America and enables America's seniors to live nourished lives with independence and dignity. Now's the time better than ever to donate to Meals on Wheels. I don't want my grandma going to the store, and I'm sure you don't want yours going either. That ball is going to be hit pretty hard over towards Profar. That one's going to be caught. If you'd like to donate to Meals on Wheels, the link is in Twitch description down below. We get off to a quick start here as Hayes flies out.
You can also type in, as I just did, the ! donate in the Twitch chat. You get the link as well. And I always say, since I'm from Canada, that Meals on Wheels operates in Canada as well. Very important cause, obviously.
I didn't know that. They do make their way to Canada. That's awesome.
Yeah. They have several international branches. Canada's one of them. I can't remember the others off the top of my head.
Meals on Wheels, making their rounds, doing their awesome work, and we always like to support them. Cole Tucker now to bat. 2-0 count to him so far, both taking 2 balls in this one. Swings at that, and that's fouled off now. 2-1. 57 pitches for Garrett Richards. On pace to get out of here probably in the 6th or 7th inning. But we notice these games between the Pirates and the Padres have been low-scoring affairs. Last one ending 0-1 with the Padres on top. Once again, a 1 run separating the 2. This time, Pirates on top.
Well, the first game was a bit nuts. The Padres had a 10-run 7th on Tuesday.
So we've seen the stretch between the two. Let's see if we can fall in a middle ground now. That would be pretty fun. And we've seen the home runs also galore for both teams. That one's going to be strike 3 called in the top of the zone, right across the letters. Price Tucker took that one there. Second strikeout that he's been rung up on this game. Now here comes John Ryan Murphy. He grounded out to the second baseman his previous at bat. That one's low, 1-0. Last 6 games, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs as well. Be able to poke some into the gaps. It's what you need to do, especially if you're a catcher trying to make a name for yourself. Sometimes if you do it with the bat as well, that really boosts your stock. As that one's going to be hit hard and far. Profar going to run after that one. Will it go? Yes, it will! Home run for John Ryan Murphy. Second home run of the season. Wow!
I guess he said, forget just putting it in play. Let's just go into the seats. 395 feet, 96.3 mile an hour. Off the bat, Pirates up by 2 now.
Great home run by Murphy there. See, that ball got sent. Profile went after that one, but that was laying in the seats no matter what. Great home run by Murphy. And the catcher can do that with his power. Pretty rare to see around the league, except a few players. Definitely could make a name for himself as Musgrove flies out. But John Ryan Murphy, the catcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, launches one. Give them the lead. 3-1 here, heading to the top of the 5th. Welcome you back to ML Bop Ball. Once again in PNC Park, Heidi Watney joining us again. Great to see her giving us a great hit on this Padres team. Team that is making a big push. And surprisingly enough, they've won 5 in a row. And I don't think a lot of us expected them to be able to do that. Jace Tingler probably very proud of this team as they're 12 game back on Diamondbacks, so maybe the NL West is not the question to run after, but maybe the wild card. And a couple weeks ago, we definitely wouldn't have been talking about the Padres like this, but winning 5 straight definitely allows you to hold your head high as Austin Hedges comes up.
Yeah, you never know. At least they want to finish strong. There were a lot of expectations for the Padres this year. So far, not going so well, being in 4th place in the West.
So the Pirates warm up their 2 righties. That one's going to be fouled away. 0-2 to Hedges.
Pirates are just looking to avoid getting swept and picking up their 70th loss of the season already if they were to lose this game.
That one's going to be hit and thrown out to Reynolds. Will he be able to get underneath it? Just in his reach. Yes, he will for the first out of the top of the 5th. And yes, they've lost their last 2. And lost they're 3-7 in their last 10 games. 33 games back on Cubs. I think playoff consideration is almost thrown out the window for the Pittsburgh Pirates, which is pretty sad to see because that NL Central race always seems like it's up for anybody every time it comes around. Tucker able to make the easy play there. Throws it over to Bell for the second out.
Now batting, shortstop, Fernando Tatis.
Yeah, probably no playoffs for the Buccos. They are in a rebuild phase. They've made some trades already here. Probably more coming.
And the Pirates have been active on the trade block, as you can see if you join our Discord. You can look at our league trade announcements to get all the trades around the league, what's going on. The MLB The Show is not making the trades. We actually have representatives of each team being the general manager, if you will, facilitating trades, being advocates for one another, and you've seen the Pirates be pretty aggressive and maybe shipping a few players out, getting some prospects in return.
Yeah, and I think they might do a little more of that. Talk about a couple of guys who are staples, I would say Brian Reynolds, Joe Musgrove, a couple of guys we're seeing here. Mitch Keller is their top pitching prospect in the rotation, so he won't be going anywhere. But guys on short-term deals, definitely in play, I would think.
Tatis here, 3-0 count. That one on the outside part of the plate, but called a strike. Wanted to swing at that one. But 3-1 now and a hitter's count. See what Tatis does here. 1 for 2 in this one. Hit a single in his first at-bat. That one called ball 4. Thought that one was a strike compared to the pitch before. Called ball 4 either way, and he will be on first base.
Musgrove not too happy. Both of those last 2 pitches almost at the same spot. One called a strike, one called a ball.
Yeah, pretty odd to see there, but either way, Tommy Pham's going to come up and looking to improve his batting average, 249 on the season. Last year also had some issues with the batting average as well. Once again, staying around that 250 area, trying to boost himself. He was traded to the Padres this offseason. Originally, that trade was held up due to elbow injuries, as that one's going to be granted to Tucker. Could be an easy play there at second base. Frazier will get there, and that will be final out. Pittsburgh Pirates still leading here 3-1, going into the bottom of the 5th on ML Bop Ball. Welcome you back. Adam Frazier coming up to bat for Pittsburgh Pirates, top of the lineup here. Going 1, 2, and 3. Frazier 1 for 1 in this one. Singled back in the first inning and walked in the second. Caught stealing. Great play by Machado there. Just stopped the ball, but then chucks it over into the third deck. Stops the ball from going into the outfield, but he will be on second base either way. Frazier will, after an errant throw over the head of the first baseman, Hosmer.
Yeah, that was terrible throw. Look where that landed in the face.
Let's hope someone brought their glove. Maybe the netting will be up there in PNC Park when real action starts, but that was definitely a scary throw coming off the Homer Machado. We know he's able to field plays like that. We've seen him make some throws from beyond the third base foul line. So maybe just slipped out of his hand there. That one's going to be hit over towards Pham. He will make the play, but it will drop in front of him. Runner will be on third base now as Granite gets his first major league hit. So they'll bring that ball back in. Congratulations to Zach Granite. See one of the players coming and grabbing that ball. So that's a big moment for him. Put that one in a display case. Thanks to all your great awards. And this was a solid hit.
Yeah, very nice. And he did spend some time with the Twins in the majors. I'm surprised he didn't have any hits there. That's going to do it for Garrett Richards today.
And yes, that will do it for him. And not the best start. Maybe not exactly what he wanted coming into PNC. But either way, we're going to see someone coming from the bullpen here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
might even see
your
a
attention,
long relief arm. And yes, we will.
Now,
Luis
for the
Perdomo
Padres.
comes in for
Number
San Diego
61.
Padres. Solid ERA as well, 1.93 in 23 and a third innings pitched. Perdomo could be the guy to help out these Padres here.
Gonna have to give some innings. It's going to be his 18th game.
1-0.
He was a Rule 5 draft pick back in 2016. He made some starts for them, but now in the bullpen, and it's been a very nice arm for the Padres.
Yeah, he pitched out the bullpen all of 2019 after being a starter back in 2018. Had 47 appearances. Great grab there by Tatis. That one he had a jump for. Wow. Snack that one out of the sky. Why don't you? Wow, great grab.
Why
Look at
not?
that.
Very nice. He can do that. He's a good athlete.
Superstar Tatis saving a run there. Now with Josh Bell up to bat, you got to be careful. Might even want to pitch around him just because how scary he is with the stick. 27 home runs on the season. 5th in the National League. All-Star this season as well. Second time being an All-Star. Last year was his real breakout year as he had 37 home runs throughout the whole season. Now he's at 27 for this year. Look at the Padres bullpen, a righty and a lefty, Stammen and Stram.
Did you see that pop up on the screen? 402, I think it was, with runners in scoring position. That's a pretty good number.
Pretty good indeed, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere near the pitcher's mound with runners in scoring position and Bell coming up. And one thing that makes him great as well is a switch hitter. Can do it from both sides of the plate. See what he does here. And that one's low and in the dirt. He'll swing at that one. But when you get so excited to see a home run, maybe something tragic like that happens as he'll be sat down. Polanco coming up. Hit that home run back in the second inning. It's on a 5-game hitting streak. Great to see from Polanco. You know, team that is struggling this season. That one's going to be hit hard and far. Might even drop. Yes, it will. Over the head of Cordero, and runners are going to come in and score. No play at the plate as Polanco gets a 2 RBI double. Frazier and Granite score. And the Pirates extend their lead.
He's put some really nice swings on the baseball today, Polanco. So now it's 5-1. Goes the book on Garrett Richards. All 5 of those runs are going to be charged to him. probably guess something is unearned because of the error.
Brian Hayes grounds out there. And that will be the end of the inning. But the damage has been done. At the end of 5-1, Pittsburgh. Welcome back to ML Bot Ball. Eric Hosmer coming up to bat. 1 for 2 in this one. Hosmer had a single back in the 4th inning. That one is high 1-0. Musgrove still in this game, 77 pitches so far here in the top of the 6th inning. Thank you for joining us once again. I'm Jaden Becker alongside EB from Toronto. 1-1. We are more excited than ever to see Major League Baseball come back in real form. You get to actually watch it on TV tonight. You get to turn on the TV in real baseball. That games that actually count will be there. And the fact that we're saying that is amazing. Musgrove going to try and make the play at first, and he will after Bell scoops it. That'll be the first out of the top of the 6th.
The third baseman, number 13.
Yeah, very, very exciting that we're going to get some interesting games. You have the Nationals and the Yankees. You have rivalry with the Giants and Dodgers, obviously a long-standing rivalry. That's today, and then everybody else gets started tomorrow.
Machado hits one over towards Reynolds. He'll make the play. Throw it in quickly before he moves over to second. Not going to do much with 39 speed. And Machado gets his second hit of the ball game.
So I'm very excited to see not just how the real Major League season goes, but excited to see how this ball season ends. And that's going to be the end of the day for Joe Musgrove. Derek Shelton going to make the call to the pen.
Pretty surprising there that they're going to take him out. Gave up the hits to Machado, but maybe looking for some different arms to do some different things. Going to look over towards that bullpen. Let's see who they bring in here. Only gave up 1 run in this start. And one of the best names in the history of professional baseball, Dovydas Neverauskas from, I believe that's Lithuania? That's where he's from? Yes, it is. One of the only players to ever be from Lithuania and make it over towards the major leagues. 4.87 ERA. Maybe not the best ERA, but definitely has that best name marking in the history of Major League Baseball. I don't care what anybody says. Dovydas Neverauskas. Superstar.
I think he's appeared in every Pirates game I've called. Great name, so I've had a lot of practice on pronouncing it. And
yeah, as a broadcaster, you look at it and it's like, well, that's a little much. That's a little much. You might want to spell out his name in your note sheet before you get started, because that is just a monster of a name to handle as Profar comes up to bat here. Still hasn't gotten a hit in this from Profar. That one's outside 2-1.
Carrasco's just 20 to third innings so far on this season. It's been up and down with the Pirates in recent years.
Yeah, struggled to stay in the major league as Murphy makes the play there, throws it over to Bell for the second out. Runner is going to move over to second base. Machado is.
The batter, number 9, second baseman, Brian.
Foggy skies here in PNC. Fans trying to make their way out here on a Thursday. Brian Dozier coming up to bat. Saw that solo shot back in the second. Oh, pitch outside. 1-0. Pirates bullpen still warming up. Michael Feliz and Rios. Runner on second base here in the top of the 6th inning. 2 outs. That one's going to be hit hard and far. Reynolds sits underneath it, however, and will be the final out here. ML Bot Ball. Right here on Twitch. Mascots dancing. We're excited. You're excited. Going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Pirates lead 5-1. Welcome back. Cole Tucker here in the bottom of the 6th inning, looking to add some more runs. So they're already extensively 5-1. Anything could happen here, however, as we've seen crazier things. That one's low, 1-1. Perdomo still in this game, is the long relief arm, so is expected to eat up a lot of innings. That one's going to get hit high. Profar tracks himself underneath it. Makes the can of corn catch. One out here, bottom of the sixth.
Now batting, catcher.
Tucker was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Made contact there, but not enough.
Tucker had.
You said crazy things. We talking about the 10-run inning the Padres had, so you never know what will happen in baseball.
Yeah, just insane. Insane, especially on bat ball. You really can't get crazier stuff happening than right here. Like, this is really the place to be. If you're not in on the Discord at the moment, you really should get in on there. Join. Link is in Twitch description. Also could be found in the chat. John Ryan Murphy up to bat. Had a moonshot of a home run that shocked all of us. Second of the season. And looking to get some more action done as he does. Drives one over towards the center fielder. And that will be a base hit. Second hit of the ball game.
Now batting, the pitcher.
He's putting some good wood on the baseball as well today. Almost got the umpire there.
Your attention, please.
We're going to see a pinch hitter. Number 27, Kevin Newman. He came into pitch hit last game. An 0 for 1. So let's see what he does here. Maybe not the best bat off the bench, but maybe the best they got. 206 batting average with 2 home runs this season. Perdomo at 17 pitches, but can go pretty long. It used to be a starter a few years back, so definitely does have the stamina. That one's low and away, 2-0. Oh, 2-0 pitch. And that one's called a strike. Right there on the black on the outside part of the plate. 2-1. Newman, of course, looking to improve that batting average, but pretty difficult to do when you get limited at bats. That's not going to help either as he pops out to the catcher.
I'm always excited that the Pirates have Kramer and Newman. Seinfeld combination, although Kramer is currently on the injured list.
I never really thought about that. Kramer and Newman. That's pretty funny there. That one's grounded over to Machado. Easy play over at Dozier. And that will be the force out to end the inning. No damage done on the scoreboard. We're head to the top of the 7th, where Cordero hedges in Perdomo, possibly a pinch hitter, comes up to bat here on ML Bat Ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
Yaxiel Rios coming in for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Hasn't gotten a lot of playing time for Pirates this season. Recently called up.
Yeah, they made that trade with Robbie Irwin going to the Yankees.
Yeah.
So they needed someone to put the bullpen. Yaxiel Rios had some time with the Pirates last year. Before that was with the Phillies.
Pitched 1 inning last game. No harm done there. Even got a strikeout. So maybe if you can repeat that performance, Pirates will be in good standing. Very scary sometimes putting a guy out there that you don't really know what's going to happen. Spent majority of his time last year in the minors. Had an ERA of 2.35 through 15 and a third innings pitched. That one's low, 2-1. And now 2-2. Rios trying to find command in the strike zone here. That one's high and right in his blind spot. Great pitch there. Even nods his head at him, Cordero does, as Rios gets a strikeout here.
Good start for him. It's kind of an audition for him with the Pirates. See if he can stick around in the bullpen. So if he continues to do that, he'll stick around. I don't know if you saw, you probably did. Look, the Pirates' bullpen numbers are not very good, so they're looking for
and that's putting it lightly. Not very good is maybe the nicest way you can say that. The Nick Birdie has been consistent, 2.78 ERA, and he's their closer at the moment. Right now, they trade away, I believe, Kella, who was a bullpen piece and now no longer isn't. Don't really have a true closer at the moment, so the bullpen definitely a piece to worry about, especially when it's a 4-run ball game. Anything could happen here. 3-0 count to Hedges.
Indeed, and you have to get to the closer with the lead if you want to have success. And that's what the Pirates are having some problems with. And there's a walk, so that is never good.
We're going to see a pinch hitter here.
Greg Garcia.
After a great walk on base. That's going to be Greg Garcia coming up to bat. Garcia hits this one, but caught by Granite in the outfield. 9-speed over there at first base by Hedges. Do not think he's going to be able to move anywhere, and he doesn't.
The shortstop, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Back to the top of the lineup. Fernando Tatis. 1 for 2 in this one. Has had a walk, flew out, and singled back in his first at-bat. That one's going to be fouled away. 0-1, runner on first base, looking to get back into this game. A bat that can definitely do it is Tatis. This season, however, the struggle has been real for him. And that's a microcosm of it. Swings at a slider, breaking away. Couldn't make contact there. Now 0-2. That one's low, 1-2. Don't have to worry about Hedges moving at first. 1-2 count to the young star. Hits that one far. And that might have a chance, maybe not. Settled underneath by Reynolds. Makes the catch there. 3 outs. 2, 3, and 4. Coming up in the bottom of the 7th. Right here on ML Bop-Ball.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Padres, number 15.
Welcome you back. Drew Pomeranz coming in for the San Diego Padres. 5.45 ERA. So I want to talk about high ERAs. Even though the Padres bullpen has been consistent for the most part, you still have to scratch your head and wonder here, if you're trying to get back into this game, this might not be the best guy to put in. As that one is bunted backwards.
He was signed to give some high leverage innings to the Padres, but here he is just in a long relief role.
I mean, this is Granite bunted back in the first pitch of this one. Swings there for a foul ball, 0-2. He does have the speed, but maybe not. Bunting isn't the best thing, especially if you're trying to get some hits in this league. So might as well try to poke one out to the outfield. Can't do one there. Strikes out on the knuckle curve, 81 miles per hour.
The center fielder, number 10.
It's a very nasty curveball from Pomeranz. That's his bread and butter. Second stint with the San Diego Padres.
The All-Star back in 2016. Signed a 4-year deal this offseason. Come back, as you mentioned, in that second stint. And some people just want to come back home. They enjoy their time with the team, and he feels that San Diego's the best place to be. San Diego, obviously, beautiful weather, 70 degrees, always sunny. Who wouldn't want to be there? As that one is grounded over to Hosmer. Makes the out.
And a nice pitcher's park out there at Petco, so I'm sure the pitchers love going there.
And very unique stadium as well, as Josh Bell comes to bat here looking for his first hit. You know, you go to that stadium and you see the Western Metal Company building, and you just look around. It's like, it is a ballpark. That's exactly what it is. But at the same time, it's like a ballpark placed in a weird spot. I don't know the best way to describe it, but San Diego, definitely very unique, if you will.
Yeah, it is. They have that little kind of beach area where they got beach seats. It is unique. I know it's very nice out there. I've never been, but I've heard it's beautiful.
Yeah, a lot of the West Coast stadiums, either very unique or also could be very bland. The Dodger Stadium, if you will. I wouldn't say that's bland, but it's not. The walls aren't unique. It's very rounded, very uniform. You could say the same thing about the Angels, but look at the Giants. That one's called strike 3, right there by the knees, and Bell's not happy about it. Strike 3 called. Pirates still lead here, going to the top of the 8th.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
Welcome you back to ML Bop-Ball. Kyle Crick coming into this one. Struggling bullpen and a struggling man. 7.43 ERA. 23 innings pitched throughout this season. Looking to have a better second half.
Yeah, definitely one of those guys we were talking about with not very good numbers. He also was traded from the Giants to the Pirates in that deal for Andrew McCutcheon. I mean, they have two setup guys. Both of them are with very high ERAs and a bunch of losses. So they're going to have to do better.
Definitely going to have to do better. 14,000 fans in attendance. We thank them for joining us in PNC. We also like to thank you for joining us here on Twitch. We know it's early in the morning and you guys are all ready to get your real baseball fix later tonight as the Yankees take on the Nationals and the Giants take on the Dodgers. And I couldn't be more excited than ever. Crick throws that one outside and away from the catcher. 3-1. Fan went out with a hitter's count. See where Crick goes here. Swings at that one high in the zone. Made a miss on a 96 four-seamer. Just couldn't catch up with that one. Now full count. They want to get back into this game. They're going to need to start somewhere, and it could start with Tony Pham. 3-2 count. Swings at that one, and it's hit hard. Polanco going back after it. It's going to hit off the wall. Polanco reaches that one with his bare hand, and Pham will stay there at second base. Throw is haywire coming in. But either way, he'll stay at second, and he starts the 8th inning with a double.
His 18th double of the year goes the other way on that pitch. I thought also that it might get out. But no,
maybe
staying.
another ballpark. You know?
Yeah.
That has the high wall there. Really tough to get it over sometimes, especially if you're not used to playing in this ballpark. But it doesn't really help out a lot of the lefties sometimes, especially on the guys that are on the fringe of power, like Pham is. Eric Hosmer sure does have the power and can do some damage. 10 home runs this season. Bloops that one over towards Granite. He'll make the play there. Might be a play at the plate. Yes, there is. He's safe either way. Easy slide. Throw came in very late, and Hosmer scores the run on an RBI single.
So the Padres are going to be a little bit closer. And, of course, 3 batter minimum, so Crick has to face one more before they can replace him.
And if another guy can do some damage, definitely could be Manny Machado. We talked about him earning his salt with that massive contract that he signed to join the Padres. 2 for 3 in this one. Definitely looking very good here with 2 singles. But an extra base hit could drive in Hosmer. As that one gets away, Hosmer not going to go. That one, maybe if it was someone else on first base, he could have gone. But 28 speed holding him down there at first base. Take a look inside of our Pirates bullpen. 2 righties.
Yeah, they have the closer up already, and they might want him for a multi-inning save if this goes on.
And Machado able to get a hit into right field and Polanco. Great swing there. Able to drive it out towards right field. His 3rd single of the game. So just a base hit machine as Hosmer moves over to second base.
So they are going to stick with Crick here, even though the tying run's at the plate now.
Pirates are up here 5-2, but a big swing of the bat here by Profar could tie this game. That one's hit hard and into left field. This could drive and run. Oh, it gets past Granite. Can't make the play in the outfield, and a run will score. Another base hit. 4 hits in a row, 3 base hits in a row. And not doing with the long ball, doing with the small ball. Base hits galore.
That will end the day. He might have stuck around one batter too long with Crick, but Caleb Ferguson not doing so well either. So that's a curious choice here.
Very curious choice indeed. 13.97 ERA. Yes, you heard that right. 13.97 ERA. Found his way over to Pittsburgh in a trade this season from Los Angeles. And he once was a starter for the Pirates. Didn't like him there, so they moved him into the bullpen in more of a long relief, middle relief role. Didn't like him there, so now he's a setup guy. And now needs to get out of a jam. Someone that hasn't been known for getting out of many jams in this Major League season.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, dude. If I were the manager, I'm going to the closer here. He was already up, still up. It's the same situation. Not sure why he chose Ferguson.
2-0 count, 3-0 count now. That one was inside. Murphy telling him to calm down here. Get a good shot of our manager, Derek Shelton, for the Pittsburgh Pirates. 3-0 count. It's Brian Dozier. Let's see if he takes all the way here. And wasn't taking all the way, but still it's going to be ball 4 called, as that was a check swing. And now the bases are loaded for Cordero. We're going to take a look at a replay here, see where that bat was. Called safe either way. And it looks like a check swing to me from this angle.
Yeah, it definitely does. So now bases loaded, nobody out. Tying runs are both in scoring position, and Ferguson has to face 2 more batters before you can even think about getting out of this game.
Cordero, not an RBI guy, only 15 this season. Definitely could improve that right here with the bases loaded. If there's any moment, this is the moment. I want to talk about exciting. Here we are. That one is swung on and below the zone. 0-2 count. Came up with elite power, just not able to find it. Now in the major leagues, as a prospect he had it. Now really struggling to find it. This could be the moment, however. High, 1-2 count. Bases loaded here, no outs in the top of the 8th inning. Ferguson shoving a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Couldn't make him bite at that one.
He does have the more favorable matchup left on left. Going to look for a strikeout here, that's for sure.
1-2 count. Swung on and fouled back. Murphy won't be able to reach it, so we'll do it again, 1-2. Ferguson. That one gets through the infield. And a run will score once again. Now it's a 1-run game. Machado comes in. Everybody moves over one spot. And another single. Wow.
So a brutal inning for the Pirates bullpen so far.
And this is just the epitome of the Pirates season so far. The bullpen not helping out at all. As Austin Hedges comes up to bat, takes that one for a strike. Base is still loaded here, no outs. I think the only good thing here is that we're towards the bottom of the lineup if you're the Pirates. But the Padres looking to extend their winning streak. Now with the bases loaded, that one's low. Murphy does a good job blocking that one, keeps it in front, bounces it right on home plate. 1-1.
Excellent job there for Murphy blocking that ball.
That one is swung on and fouled. 1-2. And a high pressure moment here for Ferguson. 1-2 count. Swung on and missed, and he gets the out. First out at the top of the 8th inning. On a ball breaking into the dirt, swung out by Hedges.
Boy, did he need that, the strikeout. Bases loaded, nobody out. You've already given up 3 runs, and now we're going to see another pinch hitter.
This is going to be the other catcher, Capusano. Maybe not the best guy to bring in here. That one is fielded by Frazier. Will he be able to get 2? Yes, he does! Wow! They get out of that inning with the bases loaded. And the Pirates are still leading 5-4 going into the bottom of the 8th.
That is something. They really got it out by the skin of their teeth, that's for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
Jose Castillo coming into this game, and my mind is still trying to wrap around the play Frazier just made there. Tapped on the second base himself after fielding the ball and then threw it over towards first, getting out of that inning. Not a lot of people would have been able to do that, but Frazier does right there, keeping them in the lead. That one swung on and missed. 0-1. Jose Castillo coming into this game. Castillo 3.46 ERA this season. 2 holds as well. This isn't a hold situation, however. That one is swung on and missed on the outside part of the plate. Blanco reaching for the slider in the other batter's box. Castillo still trying to make a name for himself in the majors. Surprisingly enough, even though he has a very low career ERA of 3.23, very respectable, if you will. And Castillo definitely could find a spot if he continues pitching like this. That one swung at and fouled. 1-2.
It's a pretty big situation for him here. Padres got back in the game, and now he has to hold the Pirates here and not give up any more runs.
That one's fouled away as well. Top of the lineup going to be coming up for the Padres next inning. So I assume you're going to have the closer come in, Birdie, who has pitched very consistent this season. We call him the closer, even though he only has 1 save on the season. Not a lot of save opportunities for the Pirates either. That one's going to be grounded, but missed on the opposite way of the shift, right through the legs of Machado. Oh man, terrible fielding performance from him today.
Now batting, third baseman.
Looks like they're going to call it a single, so no error there. But first man reaches. Pirates looking for insurance runs here.
Surprised they did not mark that an error. That was hit directly to him. Ate him up right through his legs. Ended up going to the outfield. Brian Hayes coming up, the rookie, 0 for 3 in this one. I mentioned earlier, one of my favorite players on this team, just really hits the ball well. I'm not even sure that he's gotten a real life major league at bat yet in his young career, but by the way that he's playing on bat ball, I couldn't be more excited to see him suit up for the Buccos.
Yeah, he might have an opportunity this year. You never know.
Take a look at the Padres bullpen once again. Same players warming up. Stammen and Strom. From what we saw earlier, 1-2 count. That one's low, 2-2. That one's inside, 3-2. Runner on first base, full count here in the bottom of the 8th. That one's going to be hit hard. Cordero going to have to find his way underneath it. He does on the warning track for the first out of the bottom of the 8th inning. Take a look at our starter comparisons here. And Garrett Richards, those 5 earned runs definitely bit him here today, but still could possibly end up with a no decision if the Padres can rally back in the 9th. I agree with you there. I think he might have had a couple more good batters in him, but decided to have the short leash there. That one's going to be hit off the glove of Machado as he stops the ball from going into the outfield. A tough play there, so we'll give him credit for making the stop. But a base hit either way as runners move over. Blanco moves over to second. And a base hit for Cole Tucker.
You sure could use some base hits. I'm sure he's happy about that.
John Ryan Murphy, 2 for 3 in this game. Home run and a single. A rare home run. See his batting average over 300. Hasn't had a lot of plate appearances this year, but definitely on a hot streak early on. See a lot of catchers doing that around the league, even over there in Toronto.
Yeah, so Blue Jays catcher Danny Jansen yesterday, 2 home runs in the game.
That game didn't go the way that Toronto wanted. Those 2 home runs being the only runs they scored. And Toronto left there with the tail between their legs. We won't talk about that, though.
Nah.
To save EB's feelings. He was on the call for that game, and you can see all of us on the call in the near future on multiple games here on ML Botball. Give us a follow. That one's outside 2-2. If you like what you're hearing as well, donate to Meals on Wheels. Doing great stuff for the community in America and all around the world, even in Canada, as we learned today. 2-2 count to Murphy. That one swung on and fouled back. Big moment here for Murphy. Can give them some good insurance if he pops one into the outfield. Pitch. That one is dribbled over towards the pitcher. Thrown over at Hosmer for the out. But the runners will move over to scoring position in second and third.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Pirates.
Gonna have a pinch hitter here, Colin Moran. And we see him usually in the starting lineup. Not a guy that does come off the bench. Getting a rest today.
Really wanted to give the new guy Grant an opportunity. He got his first major league hit. So Moran's off the bench today.
And if you trade for somebody, yeah, you're going to want to use him. You gave somebody for him, so I understand that. But Moran has been a big piece of this lineup. Only batting .261, but definitely could be a big bat as that one's grounded over to Tatis. Makes the play over at Hosmer for 3 outs. Now it's time to see what the Padres can do here. Going into the top of the 9th inning, only down by 1 run, right here on ML Botball.
Your attention, please. Now
We're back with you live here on ML Botball. Nick Birdie coming into this one. 2.78 ERA. And only 1 save in his season so far. 2 blown saves as well. He is the closer for this team at the moment. We're trying to find who will fill that role, as that one is ripped foul by Tatis. We are at the top of the lineup for the Padres, looking to at least score 1 run to keep themselves alive in this game. 2 runs would give them the lead. As that one's called a ball. 97 miles per hour for the 4-seamer for Nick Birdie. And Pirates trying to find a closer after Kela was traded away. And Birdie could be their guy given the way he's able to stop runs from crossing home plate. 2-2 count.
He's had a nice year. He's only given up 1 home run all year, and I know who it was to. It was to Blue Jays' Teoscar Hernandez.
Tatis strikes up there on a pitch inside, making him look silly and tying him up. Great pitch there by Birdie.
Yeah, very nice. That's a good way to get your first out. Strikeout swinging the top of the order.
Now the 2-hitter. Another challenge. Tommy Pham, 1 for 3 in this one with the double. 250 batting average. Now at this point, 98 miles per hour for Birdie on that 4-seamer there, really heating it up. Tommy Pham started the rally last inning with the double, and then multiple hits came after that one. A walk, another hit, and 3 runs came across. Now it's a 1-run ball game.
Gotta give Caleb Ferguson the nod for getting out of that inning with the lead intact.
That one is hit up the middle. And this could be the rally starter as Pham gets on base.
The batter.
A great piece of hitting by him, driving it right back towards the pitcher.
Indeed, and now the go-ahead run will be at the plate, Eric Hosmer.
Look back over at first base, Eric Hosmer, team leader in batting average this season coming into this one. He has had a solid game so far. 2 for 4, swings over that one. 0-1 count. 2 singles in this one so far. The man best known for his time in Kansas City. Trying to make his name right now in a big moment for the San Diego Padres. Trying to extend their winning streak. Right now that stands at 5. Could go to 6 here with some ninth inning magic. Pirates fans on their feet. Throw over back at first base. Safe.
Hosmer's going to get to come home to Kansas City. That's where the Padres are headed after this game. 3-game set.
Outside of the zone and swung at. 1-2 count to Hosmer. Back over at first base. Really keeping an eye there. Birdie is. 74 speed over there at first base. Not really worried about him stealing, especially at this point of the game with 3-4. The meat of the lineup coming up. That one's low. 2-2.
Fan has 6 stolen bases, but you definitely want to focus on the guy at the plate that can hurt you.
12 pitches so far this inning for Nick Birdie. Once again, back over towards first base. Really keeping an eye on Tommy Pham there, making him look like Trey Turner. Here comes the pitch to home. And that one's low. 3-2. Now full count here. You got to protect if you're Hosmer. Let's see where Birdie goes and where Murphy sets up. Straight away. And he fouls that one off on a pitch inside. We'll do it again, full count. Pirates fans, once again, very excited. Trying to get a victory here. Swung on and missed. Hosmer swings under the high ball.
Next for the Padres, the third base.
Right across the belt. And there's 2 outs here.
Got to get to that high pitch. Nice pitch from Birdie. He's 2/3 of the way through. Needs to get Manny Machado, who's had a nice day.
3 for 4 in this one. 3 singles. Huge moment here for the Padres. Runner on first. 2 outs. Top of the 9th. Swings at that one, foul. All the fans here are on their feet. Back over to Tommy Pham at first base. As Birdie tries to get the final out here for his second save of the season. That one's low, 2-1. Jace Tingler giving signs. Go over to the veteran. Machado hits one, foul. 2-2. Last strike of the ball game. Birdie with the pitch. Swung on and missed. And the Pirates win this one here. They break their 2-game losing streak and come out with the victory here. Big moral victory for the Pittsburgh Pirates, as they won't be swept by the San Diego Padres. Padres winning streak ended at 5 here, but they are sure looking towards the future and a possible playoff spot in the wild card if they can continue to make a push. But the Pirates are victors here at PNC Park.
A very nice game today for the Pirates. Got a little hairy there in the 8th inning, but they survived a 3-run rally. Get the 1-run lead. You see San Diego outscored or out-hit Pittsburgh 11-10, but they had more runs, so that's how you win a game.
Joe Musgrove with the victory here. Garrett Richards with the loss. Nick Birdie with the save, and the player of the game in this one, Gregory Polanco. 3 for 4. Got a home run and a double. Really put his mark on this game. Didn't expect that home run to happen. Didn't expect that double to happen. But Polanco using his bat to his advantage. And the Pirates coming out on top here. 5-4. Let's take a look at our highlights here. Dozier with a home run to start this one off. Padres came out the gates hot in the top of the 2nd inning. Big home run to left field, 414 feet. Mets are going to be happy to have him as the rosters expand for the 60-game season. Just signed there in real life. Gregory Polanco, player of the game, launched a home run 417 feet all the way to the back row over there in the Clemente porch and really sent that one out there. I was surprised how far that ball went. John Ryan Murphy. 3 words, 3 names, so everyone call it. Hits that home run 395 feet, giving them the lead 3-1. Second home run of the season. Great shot there by the catcher. Polanco doubles to right, driving in 2 runs as well, 5-1. This would be all the runs that the Pirates would score in this one, as they gather himself there in the outfield. And Cordeo grounds to right for a single, driving in that 1 run in the top of the 8th inning. Well, driving in those 3 runs in the top of the 8th inning that ended that huge rally that was started by Tommy Pham. Campusano grounded out into a double play, and a huge double play that we talked about that still boggles my mind how Frazier was able to get to that ball that was so hard hit. And Bell with the great scoop there at first. Moran grounds out to the shortstop as well, which ended that inning, and Moran kicking himself there in the bottom of the 8th, coming in as the pinch hitter.
That was a big play in the top of the 8th there to keep the game at 1 run.
Fernando Tatis strikeout, facing closer Birdie, chasing at a fastball inside. And that ball inside was pretty scary there, as Hosmer also struck out, swinging late on a fastball, really working there. Very strong. Birdie is, and Machado strikes out as well. Swinging at a fastball early. Pirates get the victory here, 5-4. We are joined here for our next game coming up. Carlos Zimmerman, Mark Kutsky. Guys, how you doing today? Looks like they're
doing well. No, we got you now. Yeah, neglected to hit that mute button, turning it off there. Always important. But no, always fun to call. Texas Showdown. This is a rivalry that both of us obviously have a lot of fun with, no matter when we call it, whether it be in the ball universe or in real world. So we will enjoy that, and the chase for the silver boot will continue. Astros up by 2 games right now.
And so both of them.
We saw one team avoiding the sweep, and that's the Pirates. So we're going to see the Rangers trying to do the same thing today.
Yeah, no, Rangers have been terrible of late, to say the least. Dropped 9 of the last 10, and a few lineup changes, trying to tweak things, trying to find a spark. But so far, no luck in that department.
To both of you, I'd like to wish you a happy opening day. And even though it is July 23rd, it's still opening day in my heart, as we're going to get the 2 games later tonight. And I couldn't be more excited to see real baseball come on our screens in the real world. It's insane.
Yeah, no, I've enjoyed, I think both of us, Carlos, right, have enjoyed being part of this spot ball universe, but to be able to see some real life action tonight will be a good change.
That is for sure. Pirates coming out with the victory here, 5-4, breaking their 2-game losing streak for EB from Toronto. I'm Jaden Becker. I'll hand it over to you guys for Astros Rangers right here on ML Bopball.
Thanks, man. Chris Maikarski, Carlos Zimmerman here with you for the Lone Star Series, the Silver Boot. And we'll be in virtual Arlington, Texas coming up. And Carlos, your Astros have just been red hot. I seem to remember about a month and a half ago, they were maybe 12, 13 games back in the AL West, and now within striking distance.
Yeah, no, Chris, they have shown so much just improvement over this month of July. I can look back over the last 15 games, and I'm looking at it, they only have 2 losses. 1 to Oakland and then 1 to Philadelphia prior to the All-Star break. So this team is just on a roll right now. And then on the other side, the Rangers, who are trying to avoid the sweep today, they have really got to try and turn it around, because their season is starting to slip away.
think right now they're still certainly look to be sellers. The trade deadline, things have very much slipped away, and this is a ball club that you look at their pitching rotation, and it should be one of the best in the American League with Lynn, Minor, and Kluber, but all of them have fallen way short of expectations.
Yeah, and the Astros, they have a solid rotation as well with Verlander, who's up today. Zach Greinke was on the mound tonight, had a little bit of trouble against the Ranger hitting, was bailed out by his offense. And then, you have the young Forrest Whitley, who was just called up during the All-Star break, had a stellar outing in the second game of this series. And then you can't count out guys like Lance McCullers and Jose Urquidy. So this is a rotation that is really lethal to just any team that comes their way.
A few minutes early, but we will take you out to Arlington, Texas, in the Bot universe here in just a moment. I do have the pinwheel of death going around on my computer, so hopefully that does not create problems for us today, Carlos.
That's never a good sign, but if something happens, I got you covered, and I'm sure everyone who is the Twitch chat watching right now in between games, we reached up to about 30 a little bit ago, as we're about ready to get set to head out to Arlington.
Pause for a brief moment and give you the big formal broadcast open here in just a second.
Listen here, Castillo, you got two decisions. Do you want the or do you want the Smithy? Your life is a gamble, you better not risk it. See, I'm in the track trying to whip me a pitch and I move with it. Keep us on deck, he be moving with it. You can on your block, we don't know who did it on the block, and I'm about to go villain. Man, they took it in early, they know we spinning. Sexual this can't put a hole up in it. We gon' empty them, so you know we dipping. And my dummies so high, he keep rolling. Gang.
Me and my Frankie, we just kicking it. We gotta add up our dividends. All of my they with pop out in their head. Boom, boom, boom. 40 is clearing the room, room. You better duck it, go boom, boom. Foreign is moving like vroom, vroom. Hop in the foreign, go zoom, zoom. Me and my Frankie, we just kicking it. We gotta add up our dividends. All of my they with pop out in their head. Boom, boom, boom. 40 is clearing the room, room. You better duck it, go boom, boom. Foreign is moving like vroom, vroom. Hop in the foreign, go zoom, zoom.
And Globe Life Field for the Silver Boot Series in Major League Ball. The red-hot Houston Astros facing the struggling Texas Rangers. Koski, Carlos Zimmerman with you for this Thursday afternoon matchup in Dallas-Fort Worth. Carlos, the Astros looking for a series sweep and continued domination here in this series.
Yeah, no, but they're going to have an interesting task today to face this guy, Corey Kluber. He's got a 7-7 record, arguably probably the most challenging pitcher they have faced all this series. So this is going to be interesting how they face him today. But Kluber has to deal with a guy who just about 12 hours ago hit 2 home runs in the 8-2 victory last night.
Jose Altuve, home runs in the 3rd and the 4th yesterday. And he is first pitch swinging, lifting one to deep left center field. It's to the wall. A lead-off double for Jose Altuve.
He is so notorious for swinging at the first pitch, and he shows it there again. Kluber obviously not happy with himself, but man, that's the start you want if you're Houston.
Followed by Michael Brantley. Opened scoring yesterday in the top of the first, a 394-foot solo shot into the right field bleachers, part of a 2-for-4 day. And as you go around looking at the Ranger defense, you notice that both teams in their Nolan Ryan era throwback uniforms. Both teams paying tribute to the legend.
Ball, that's inside.
2-0 the count to Michael Brantley. Low and inside. Alex Bregman waiting on deck. Brantley and Bregman went back-to-back with solo homers in the first last night. Count now 3-1. You see our umpires, including Rusty Valentine, behind the plate. Three-one count. Kluber against Brantley. Here it comes. Brantley goes opposite field to Shin-Soo Choo in left field. He'll make the grab for the first out.
The third baseman, number 2.
Chu in left, Danny Santana in center, Joey Gallows in right for the Rangers. Around the infield, from left to right, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, Elvis Andrus, Rougned Odor, and Todd Frazier. Robinson Chirinos is the backstop for Corey Kluber.
You look at that there as the first pitch is getting ready to come to Bregman. Second on the team in home runs at 25, which, you know, you would find that typically impressive, but you look at the guy who's on deck, he's got 39 of those, so Bregman's a distant second.
Bregman trails Yordan Alvarez in several categories, not just on this team, but on the league leaders. He's second best in hits behind Alvarez, in RBI behind Alvarez. What an amazing middle of the order this Astros team has this season as they continue to climb in the AL West. 2-1 offering to Bregman. Into center field, Santana will try to track this one down. Gets to it at the track. That'll allow Altuve to tag and reach third base.
The designated hitter, Yordan Alvarez.
Yordan Alvarez, as we mentioned, first place in so many categories in the American League, certainly would be the MVP if the season ended right now. But yesterday, a rare bad outing that you saw, Carlos, an 0-for-4 day.
Nope, ball one.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely stunning to see it. I know he had to deal with some left-handers in Colby Allard and a couple other guys, but yeah, naturally had a really quiet night. He's hoping to turn it around here, though, against Kluber.
1-0 pitch. The Sanders short. Play first in time. And the leadoff hitter, Altuve, left stranded at third after he began this game with a double. Rangers coming to bat. We're scoreless. Bottom of the first inning set to begin, and Carlos, I love my wife, I love my life altogether, but if there's one man that I might want to trade places with for just a day, it would be Justin Verlander.
Oh no, I'm right there with you. You know, I'm not married or anything, but I do have a girlfriend, and I tend to not say that around her whenever I'm talking about Justin Verlander and his beautiful wife, Kate Upton. Verlander, he has been effective in 9 starts. The first pitch to him is a strike. 6-2 record. He is just, you know, for the man that he is and his age, he is just stellar.
The dream right now, pitching Major League Baseball, married to a supermodel. Life is pretty good for Justin Verlander, and obviously trying to help his ball club get back to the World Series again here in 2020. That did not look like a possibility just about a month ago, but this team again just on a tear. Winners 9 of their last 10, looking to complete a series sweep here in Arlington. Shin-Soo Choo leading things off for Texas, facing a 1-2 count. 37-year-old from South Korea. Went 1 for 4 yesterday with a walk and a strikeout. Brought his average down to 267. Swings and misses. First K of the game for Verlander.
Yeah, this one's just lower and in the outer half of the plate. No way Chu was going to be able to get to that one. A good pitch there for Verlander to get his fellow veteran.
Marvelous apologies for the technical difficulties here from Arlington, Texas. After this half inning, we'll give it a reset and turn play-by-play duties over to you until I can get things back and working at 100%. Elvis Andrus is 2 for 4 yesterday. Walk and a strikeout. His average now sits at 294. Blown outside.
Well, you're sounding a little bit better on my end. I'm trying to check the Twitch chat if we're having issues on that side. Doesn't appear to be the case.
Okay, well, give me a heads up in Twitch chat if it gets any worse. Hopefully we have overcome any potential issues that we're having here. Danny Santana sitting on deck. The Rangers re-engineered their batting order earlier in this series. Andrus into center field, and George Springer gets to it after a bounce, and Andrus aboard with a 1-out single. Let's set the Astros defensive order while we have the chance. From left to right in the outfield, Michael Brantley, George Springer, and Josh Reddick. In the infield from left to right, Alex Bregman, Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve, and Yuli Gurriel. Garrett Stubbs is behind the plate catching Justin Verlander. Santana
1-1.
Had his struggles through much of this season, as it can be the case for a lot of this Ranger lineup. But over the past week, batting average is over 300. And the Astros defensively misplayed that one. Looked like it could have been a tailor-made double play ball, but Gurriel throws it over the head of Correa.
You heard me go, because that's just an easy play to make. I know Gurriel is a lot better than that, but oh my goodness, a bad defensive breakdown by the Astros.
Now Joey Gallo. No, it's either home run or strikeout most of the time when it comes to his trips to the plate. If he can go long here, he would give his ball club a 3-0 lead early on. As you see on your screen, he has had a lifetime of struggles against Justin Verlander.
Yeah, no, he has really gotten probably
low
accustomed.
100 against the Astro Ace.
Yeah, he's gotten really accustomed to Verlander when Verlander was over with Detroit. So that's probably why.
The count is 2-1.
And this is an ugly swing right there. Two-1 to Gallo. Again, can't catch up with it. 2 straight pitches that Verlander's offered the 12-6 curve, and Gallo has no chance. Two the count with 1 out, 2 men on for Texas. Gallo can't catch up with it, and Verlander goes right back to that pitch. 3 straight of the same offering, and each time Gallo swings and misses.
That average is going to start going back down again for Joey Gallo against Justin Verlander. 3 of 34 now on his career.
Dor 0 for 2 yesterday with a pair of walks. In his 7th season out of Venezuela. Takes that one low and inside. Dor in the middle of a 6-year, $49.5 million contract extension. And he has certainly not lived up to that dollar figure. Hitting .229 so far here in 2020.
outside. That's a ball.
3-1 now.
Verlander's got to try and rein it in.
Runners on first and second. Here's the 3-1 from Verlander. Odor takes it and will take a base. Base is now full for Texas. And the Todd father, Todd Frazier, set to come up and make his first hacks. Frazier went 2 for 4 yesterday, a couple of strikeouts. Did score a run. Now the bases are full with Andrews at third, Santana at second, Odor at first. First offering to Frazier. Outside. Here comes the 1-0. And just an effective pitch. Verlander continues to throw that curveball in the zone. 1-1. Blows past a four-seam fastball at 96 miles per hour. Two pitch. Verlander trying to get out of the inning. He does. Frazier can't get the slider, and the Rangers leave the bases loaded. We're still scoreless through 1 complete. Both teams had their opportunity in the first inning. Astros leaving Jose Altuve stranded at third, while the Rangers leave the bases full, but it's still 0-0 as we begin the second inning. Here's Carlos Correa. First pitch from Kluber catches the inside corner. Correa has had a rough time with Kluber over the years, as has been the case for a lot of people. Brought over to Texas from Cleveland in an offseason trade that brought Kluber back home to Dallas-Fort Worth. The 0-2, down low. Kluber played his high school baseball at Capel, which is 25 miles north of Globe Life Field in Arlington. One-two pitch catches the upper half of the zone and
The first baseman, number 10.
able to get Correa down looking. Yuli Gurriel. First pitch to him. And right back at the pitcher, Kluber, off his glove, able to get control and fire it over to Frazier at first base.
The center fielder, number 4.
Uh-oh.
Springer.
Robinson Chirinos will check in with Corey Kluber, and we'll get a visit from the trainer, see if Kluber can continue. And right now he's telling the trainer to go sit back down.
I don't know, he was really shaking that left arm there, was Kluber. So something we need to keep an eye on. Luckily it's not his pitching arm, but still, you need both to be a pitcher.
George Springer, after an 0-for-3 day yesterday, first pitch swinging here. And it's fouled off. He's had a run of success against Corey Kluber in limited opportunities, hitting .333. There aren't a ton of hitters around the league, Carlos, that have Kluber's number. He's been very successful over the years.
1 ball, 2 strikes, account.
Yeah, no, he, back in when Kluber was with the Indians in 2018 when the Astros swept them out in the ALDS, he really was able to get to Kluber in that series. So it doesn't surprise me that he's so good against him, but he's behind him here.
1-2 pitch. 96 mile per hour fastball. got a piece of it. Springer hitting just .239 on the season. Significant drop off from 2019 when he hit .292. Also, his power numbers way down. Just 10 home runs this year. Had 39 last season. 2-2. Into right field, Joey Gallo giving chase, and it's out of his reach. Home run for George Springer.
And you were talking about his power being down, but he comes back to that statement and says, nah, I'm all right. Puts one over the reach of Gallo, and the Astros strike first.
It's times like this where you wonder if he can hear us from up in the booth. I did say that he only had 10 home runs coming into that at bat, but make it number 11 right here. An opposite field shot into the stands in right field. And the Astros get out to a 1-0 lead in the second inning. Josh Reddick will step in. He had a home run yesterday, a 2-run shot in the 8th. One pitch to Reddick. This is outside. Reddick went 3 for 3 yesterday, including that 415-foot blast. Made the score 8-2, which ended up being the final. Into foul ground. There's plenty of it here at the new Globe Life Field, and Todd Frazier to the grab. But George Springer puts the Astros up 1-0. A blast into the seats in right. Houston up early here in Arlington.
Leading off with the Rangers.
Bottom 3 due up for the Texas Rangers. Robinson Chirinos, Nick Solak, and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. All to face Justin Verlander.
0-1.
First pitch to Chirinos, swung on and missed.
0-2.
0-1. Now 0-2. Verlander continues throwing that 12-6 curve, and Ranger hitters continue to have zero luck putting bat on ball.
Yeah, this is a bit of a reunion here for Verlander and Chirinos, teammates last season. I don't believe Chirinos was his catcher. Chirinos was catching the now Yankee Garrett Cole. Verlander's catcher was Martin Maldonado. So, ooh.
And that curveball gets another one. 4th strikeout for Verlander.
Designated hitter.
You can't help but laugh at it from our position here in the broadcast booth, but if you're a Ranger hitter and anybody on that Ranger bench, you just continually shake your head like, what do we need to do? Hit that pitch. Nick Solak was reinserted into the starting lineup yesterday. Didn't exactly reward Chris Woodward for that decision. He went 0 for 4, and his batting average dipped to .211.
Ball 2.
1-1. Down low. Solak's primarily been inserted into the lineup as a pinch runner late in ball games. Brings some speed. Also a defensive replacement. Yesterday and today, gets the start at designated hitter.
Down to 3-1.
Takes the 2-1 high. .3-1 pitch from Verlander. The foul territory. Solak, a second-round selection by the Yankees back in 2016. The former Louisville Cardinal can't catch up with that one. The curveball gets Solak, and that's strikeout number 5 already, and we're only in the second inning.
Kiner-Falefa.
Verlander has just been stellar with that 12-6 curve. And yeah, like you've mentioned, the Rangers hitters just can't figure it out. And now you got a young Kiner Falefa. Let's see how he gets attacked here by Verlander.
Nope. All one, no strike.
Every single out so far by Verlander has come by way of the strikeout. Isaiah Kiner Falefa had been platooning at catcher alongside Robinson Chirinos through a big part of this season, with Kiner Falefa getting the start against righties. But with the tweak in the order, Woodward putting Kiner Falefa at third base, with Chirinos getting the start behind the plate. 2-1 the count now. And really, regardless of the position he plays, Kiner Falefa is one of the best defenders this Rangers ball club has. He's fantastic wherever he's placed. And he lifts this one into left field for the third out. So finally, streak is over. A fly out to go along with 5 strikeouts. Astros lead 1-0. Third inning in Arlington, Texas. Chris Mykoski and Carlos Zimmerman with you on the Major League Bot Ball Network. Bottom of the order. And Garrett Stubbs to the plate. He fouls this one off. Appreciate you joining us on Twitch. Also, games available on Twitter and YouTube. So wherever you may be, we appreciate it and remind you to donate to Meals on Wheels. All of the subscription fees and donations go to Meals on Wheels this week. 0-2 pitch. Down low. Stubbs hitting .252 on the season. The 1-2 pitch into right field over the glove of Rougned Odor. And Stubbs is aboard with the leadoff single.
Now batting, second baseman, Jose.
Yeah, Garrett Stubbs has actually been really good at the plate for the Astros in place of Martin Maldonado. So if Dusty Baker decides to make him a permanent fixture on here, as the pickoff move is no good, I wouldn't blame it be a bad move. Uh-oh. Well, I spoke too soon.
Stubbs is hurt. His knee popped, but probably tore his ACL. That's at least the speculation we get right now from our sideline reporter Heidi Watney asking the Astros training staff. And Stubbs will exit the ball game. He'll have a pinch hitter after his leadoff single. Pinch runner, excuse me. And it'll be Martin Maldonado.
So the broadcaster curse is alive and well here at the end of this series.
First pitch swing for Jose Altuve into center field. And the Astros have men on first and second now. Maldonado standing at second, the pinch runner, and Altuve at first.
I've mentioned before, you know, Jose Altuve, when he entered the league, he was known to be just, you know, he's short, so people didn't think he would really do well. But with those kind of pitches that are low, he can really sink down and beat them.
Has allowed the first 2 hitters to reach base, and now Michael Brantley throw down to third. Got him. Robinson Chirinos nails the pinch runner Maldonado. Altuve does move up to second, so still a runner in scoring position for Brantley.
I believe Baker had the double steal on. I don't know why you do it with Maldonado, who's got no legs whatsoever, but regardless, now the runner's in scoring position.
1-2 pitch into center field. Danny Santana will track it down, but plenty of time for Altuve to dive in there safely. The throw does come home, but did not stand a chance. Astros up 2-0, and the Rangers will have a mound visit to talk things over with Corey Kluber. Two 0 Astros. Michael Brantley standing at first base. And Alex Bregman stepping in.
Yeah, Kluber's got to try and figure it out here. 3 straight hits given up, a pair of singles and a double.
Nope, outside.
Bregman came into the day hitting .347, 25 homers, 84 RBI. And if not for his teammate Alvarez, Bregman would probably be at the top of that MVP discussion. Two-one count now. To the shortstop, Andrus flips over to Odor. Quick throw to first. Got him. Double play turned by Texas. Jose Altuve does come around to score. RBI by Brantley, and it's 2-0 Astros.
Your attention, please. This game for the Astros.
And Maldonado will take over catching duties as, again, Garrett Stubbs with a leg injury there on the base paths.
Leading off for the Rangers.
Likely an ACL tear, according to the Astros training staff. We'll get further reports after after Stubbs gets his full checkout from the team doctors. Likely will return to Houston immediately ahead of the team. Chu, 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. The first 5 outs of this game by Verlander, all by way of the strikeout. The 2-1 pitch coming to Chu. Outside.
Yeah, Verlander's just got to try and figure out what to do here.
3-1 pitch, and the shift works. Altuve playing in deep second base territory, or rather shallow right field, and makes the play. And that'll bring up Elvis Andrus. He's tied for 10th place in the American League. Came into the day tied for 10th place, but actually just took over that by himself with his 117th hit. Max Kepler has 116. Kepler will have a chance to match him or beat him in that top 10 spot later tonight when the Twins take on the White Sox. That's the late night game here on the Bot Ball Network. 2-1, fouled off. After Carlos and I are done with Rangers Astros, we'll give way to Justin D'Ambrosio for Mets versus Reds. That one's scheduled to start at 3:45 Eastern Time. Two-two to Andrus. Catches the inside corner with the slider.
Now batting, center fielder.
First time today, Verlander's used that slider to be able to get a punch out. He's really utilized the 12-6 curve, but decides to change it up here on the Rangers. 6 on the day for Verlander here in the third.
Santana first pitch swinging to Altuve, and Santana went 0 for 5 yesterday. So far, 0 for 2 today. Astros lead it 2-0 through 3. Top of the fourth here on the Major League Ball Network. Chris Maikowski with you, and I'll give way to Carlos Zimmerman to handle the play-by-play for the middle 3 innings.
Thank you very much, Chris. It's been an interesting game so far, a 2-0 ball game. A series where the Astros have been really used to having big leads throughout them. They won the first game of the series 15-3. They won the second game of the series on Tuesday night 8-4, and then an 8-2 win last night. So far today, it's been a little bit of a slower start. But Alvarez will ground into a 3 unassisted there by Todd Frazier. 1 out here in the 4th.
Frazier had been playing at third base for a big part of the season, but moves over to first here this week. And there you see the road to the show. Nashville falling to Memphis today, and Frisco getting past Midland 9-8. Abdul Walker having a fantastic season so far at the AAA level. We'll see if he gets the call up to the big leagues one of these days.
Carlos Correa now digging in here. 0 for 1 today, struck out back in the second, hoping to change his fortune. Had a 2-hit game last night, but besides that, he had been struggling as he's out in front of that pitch from Kluber. 0-2 on the sinker. Kluber will set and deliver the 0-2 to Correa as he'll foul that one off on the cut fastball.
Saw again a road to the show report with Nashville now serving as the Rangers AAA. It's the second season there in Tennessee after the Astros took back over Round Rock as Kluber registers the K.
Now batting.
You know, it's nice to have Round Rock back in our little farm pipeline, rejoining the already established Corpus Christi Hooks there in AA, and you know, you got Greenville down in one of the single A's, so it's a really good teams that the Astros have in their farm system with really, really good players that hopefully one day will find their way up to the major league level.
Round Rock and Corpus Christi, both of those teams owned by the Ryan Sanders Group, so the Astros continue to go into that Legends family, and obviously Nolan having a small part in the ownership group in both of those teams.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Talking about Nolan, you mentioned earlier the uniforms today, both heading back to Nolan Ryan's era when he was with both the Astros and the Rangers. The Astros sporting their 1980 jerseys when he was with the team, and the Rangers in their more later 80s jerseys today. So it's nice to have that on a Throwback Thursday as Gurriel will foul off another pitch, and that'll run the count even at 2-2.
Rangers were consistent with this look up until the time they left Old Arlington Stadium. And that final game at the old stadium was actually Nolan's official final game as a Ranger, although he was on the DL at the time. It was both his last game and George Brett's last game. They exchanged the lineup cards before that one. Rangers and Royals final matchup in the old Arlington Stadium.
Gurriel will get a 2-out base hit into center field, so that's a runner for the Astros here, and that's going to set up George Springer. Had a home run back in the second. Just a good piece of hitting by Gurriel. Almost took out the second base umpire with that one, but luckily he got out of the way, and now here's Springer. Hoping to continue his good fortune. Has his 2 home runs in this series, but he'll chop one here over to short. Bobble there by Andrews, but he'll get it on to Odor in time to get Gurriel for the 3rd out of the inning. Astros go quietly with a base runner. 2-0 to score here in Arlington as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Leading off.
4, 5, and 6 due up here for the Rangers here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Joey Gallo will get this one going against Justin Verlander. And he's way out in front of that pitch there. 0-1 the count. You see again his career stats against Verlander, not good whatsoever. Struck out his first time up.
In the Twitch chat here on the Major League Ball Network, you always get the Joey Gallo command whenever he comes to the plate, and Nightbot saying this will be a strikeout.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just got a piece of it, did Gallo, to keep the at-bat alive. Verlander will come set and deal another 0-2. Oh, that one a good pitch, but Gallo didn't offer at it. 1-2 the count. A 1-2 pitch called. Strike 3 on the lower half of the plate. Second strikeout for Gallo. 7 for Verlander.
The second baseman.
Struggles just continue against Verlander, and there are several pitchers around the league that Gallo really has had a hard time with over the years. Verlander may very well be at the top of the list.
I'll hand things over to Rougned Odor. Walked back in the first inning, so he hasn't registered an official at-bat. One out here in the bottom of the fourth. The 1-0 pitch from Verlander misses low. Rougned Odor ahead in the count now, 2-0.
I mentioned that Odor's in a $49.5 million 6-year contract extension. But do you remember what the Rangers added on to his contract to seal the deal?
I actually don't.
2 horses. He's starting up a ranch in North Texas, and the first 2 horses part of that contract.
That's definitely interesting. It looks like Odor's going to be able to beat the shift yet again. He did it last night against Zach Greinke. He thought about going 3, but Brantley got to it in time, but it's going to be a bloop double, if you will. His 16th on the year, and the Rangers have a runner here with 1 out in the fourth.
Fortune for Odor to get that one into left field and far away from Michael Brantley, so no problem for him to get in with a stand-up double. That seeing the ball go that direction actually comes to mind one of the interesting fun facts about this new stadium. All of the dimensions that are marked on the wall have some kind of tie to Rangers history. You saw it there in the left field, right down the line. It's 329 feet. That's in honor of Adrian Beltre as number 29. And just a few feet to the right as the wall dips a little bit further out, it's 334 feet to recognize Nolan Ryan.
That is an interesting snippet of information I did not know. So that's news to me. I think that's honestly really cool for the Rangers to be able to do that and honor arguably two of the best players to ever play for the organization, as Frazier wildly swings at that slider, runs the count to 1-2.
You go around to some of the other distances, and we'll do that here after this pitch, honoring some other players and teams.
Frazier gets beat by the slider again with another ugly swing. 8 strikeouts for Justin Verlander through 3 2/3 innings. He is dealing as man. Frazier's been around in the league for a little bit, but not really showing that there with that swing.
One of the more dominant performances we've seen by any Astro pitcher this year. You've seen what Zach Greinke has done day in, day out, and certainly proved himself to be really the ace of this team so far this year. But Verlander, as you said, just dominating. A couple of Ranger hitters have put bat on ball, but it has been few and far between.
The 0-1 pitch to Chirinos. This is low. Count even at 1-1. Chirinos now reunited.
So straight away.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Straight away center field, as we talk about the dimensions and the significance of them. 407 feet is the dimension to honor one of Chirinos' predecessors, Pudge Rodriguez.
Pitch fouled off by Chirinos. Keeps the count at 1-2.
Left and right of straightaway center field is 410 feet, and that's in honor of Michael Young. Down the right field line, Johnny Oates is memorialized with 326 feet. Injured manager war number 26.
Again, I think that's just, it's something that no other stadium in the major leagues has. So that's the thing with how unique it is. 3-2 to Chirinos. He golfs at it. Altuve out into the outfield grass to go get it. And that'll close the top of the fourth. Verlander gets a strikeout of Frazier and then gets a little bit more help from his defense. We're through 4 here in Arlington. 8-9-1 due up for Houston as we head to the 5th. Josh Reddick, he'll dig in here to start the top of the 5th, but going back to the uniqueness of this ballpark, me and Jordan Smith, we touched on it as the first pitch is fouled off. We touched on how unique this ballpark is on Tuesday night. Both of these ballparks Rangers ballpark was built by the same guy who built Minute Maid Park in Houston, and you know Houston has a lot of unique features with the Crawford boxes making it a short porch and left. We had Towles Hill out in center for so many years. So, you know, I see the resemblance between the two ballparks in terms of uniqueness.
That's the problem when you talk about being unique, but so many things being alike in these two parks. And that's probably the biggest detraction that you have for this new stadium is there are so many things that draw on Houston to make you think of the Houston ballpark. The Rangers are going to have to do a lot of things now to make sure this stadium has its own quirks and doesn't draw those comparisons quite as often.
Oh no, absolutely. That they had to be careful about. But you know, I like what they both have done, as it looks like Reddick couldn't catch up to that one. Third strikeout for Kluber, a good off-speed pitch to get him there. And now here is Martin Maldonado, who we have not seen in the lineup in quite a while, but due to the injury to Garrett Stubbs, that is, he'll more than likely be the starter for quite some time while Stubbs recuperates. The first pitch to him is in there for a strike on the outer half of the plate.
You look at Maldonado, or you may look down at, we mentioned how strong the Astros minor league system is down at Round Rock and Corpus Christi, and if Astros management feels it's time to give one of their young stars a shot during this time of filling in for the injured Cubs, then maybe we'll see that change.
Maldonado gets into one and hits it way out into left. It got to the wall. Typically that's a double, but with Maldonado's speed, he'll hold that first with a long single, but a good piece of hitting for Maldonado here, and that'll set up Jose Altuve.
It feels like they can hear us down there. I talk about, yeah, maybe we should go.